Hey guys, so I've just popped down to Rise to pick up the post, let the water run through, Legionnaires disease and all that, and I'll have a workout while I'm here as well. And I was just walking in the front door and I spied, as I do every single time I come in, the signs on there. We've obviously got the Rise sign and a recent addition, Cake Face by James. A guy called James who runs a cake making business moved in to one of the units upstairs. We have changing rooms and toilets, etc. upstairs, but there's more to it than that. There's a unit that's been empty for quite a while now, essentially a kitchen, and James has taken it over and is making his cakes and running his business out of there. And since they moved in, I've had, I don't know how many, dozens and dozens of people ask me what are my thoughts about that, or oh, can you believe there's a cake thing upstairs? And it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Hopefully people who've been coming here for a while, and hopefully people who've kind of seen our videos and know our message and know what we believe, what we talk about, know that we know perfectly well that cakes aren't inherently fattening. They might be easy to overdo, they might be calorie dense and therefore something that makes sense to be only a relatively small part of our diet, of what we eat, but cakes aren't inherently fattening. Nothing is inherently fattening. There's nothing that we can't have in our lives if we create the right sort of balance. So there being a cake place upstairs, it's absolutely fine. I eat cake. I don't eat massive amounts of it because I know how calorie dense it is, and I know how little food overall I would get in the week if I were to have more cake. But I can have an amount. If it's someone's birthday, or if one of the kids has made cakes, they're all quite into baking, or two of them particularly quite into baking at the moment. When they bake a cake and offer me a slice, I'll have a slice, and I can quite easily make the average of the day and the week work, because I know cakes aren't inherently fattening. I just know that there's an amount of calories in there that I'll just have to adjust elsewhere by. And when you take that on board, it becomes a different conversation in your head. It's not about, oh God, I've failed now, I've had some cake, I might as well write off the rest of the day or the week or the month or what have you and come back to it at some point in the future. It just becomes, I spent an amount of my budget on that bit of cake, I really enjoyed it, I just need to adjust elsewhere. It's like if you have an amount of cash budget for the day or the week. If you had 100 quid cash to spend, on average 15 quid cash every day, and one day you spent 18 quid or 20 quid or 25 quid, you wouldn't then the next day think, I'll spend even more because of that. You'd cut back a little bit. And it's as simple as that. That's all it has to be. So if you've ever thought that way before, if you've ever caught yourself thinking cakes are inherently fattening, you've ever thought that once you've had some you've kind of failed, and you know it's something you have to come back to again in the future, then just comment below. I get that. That's a fairly pervasive narrative, a way of thinking in our society. It's something that lots of people will essentially tell us on a daily basis. They'll say, never mind the diet, have a bit of cake. Well, why not just have a bit of cake and still essentially be on the diet? I don't like using the term being on a diet, but why not have the cake and still keep eating in a calorie maintenance or deficit? So again, if that's you, if you've ever thought that in the past, hopefully that's helped question it. Give me a comment below and give the video a like.